It is time. It is time to deal with my bookshelves. I am at a point in my reading journey where I'm tired of a number of books. I'm looking at you, historical fiction, and my reading tastes have just changed. And I've talked about this on this channel quite a bit. And so in this video, I'm going through my shelves and I'm going to be a little bit brutal. I'm just going to get rid of books. You guys, I can get these books from the library if, for instance, I want to pick them up, because there are some books on here that I have no interest in reading anymore. And honestly, when they just kind of sit there and take up space, I get a little bit stressed and guilty that I even own them, because I only have these two shelves. I have two shelves that I am working with for my books, and that's really all I want. I don't want a big collection. What I want is a curated collection. I want favorites. I want books that I cannot wait to read. And so that's my plan. We're gonna go through these. We're gonna get rid of a lot of books, and you will probably see them on my Pango shop, and I might even run a huge sale just to get rid of all of them. So see that below if you're interested in any that you see here. Also, please make a comment if I get rid of a book that is like your all-time favorite, you think I would love it, sell it to me down there. I am willing to keep books. It's just overwhelm, and I don't do overwhelm with books. That's silly. It's my fun hobby. So let's just get into it. I'm gonna start with kind of pulling them all off, showing you which ones I'm getting rid of, and then putting them back. I would actually like a bit of organization. I'm thinking this shelf can be maybe more of my favorites, all-time favorites. I think I might even have a shelf for my book of the months. And then maybe this shelf could be my TBR bookshelf, really. The books that I want to get to. There's so many of them. I'm so excited. Okay, enough intro. Let's see how this goes. I'll speed it up, obviously, because you don't need to watch the tedium of it, but it'll be fun to see which ones I do get rid of. I'm getting rid of books today, so let's do it. All right, so I cleared off the one shelf, and now I'm surrounded by books. And it's kind of one of those like, oh no, what did I just do? I'm not quite sure if I can do this. This is almost too big of a task, but I can do it. So what I'm gonna do now, I think, is the fact that I opened up the shelf and I said this is gonna be my TBR shelf. I'm gonna start moving some of these over. That way I know which ones I'm keeping. And there's a lot of books I'm excited for, because this side is a lot of my fantasy and thriller books, which is really what I want to read these days. And so I'm gonna be moving them over, I think. So, wish me luck. So you guys, I have collected all of the books that I want to unhaul. I am laying them out here on my coffee table. This first set of books was my nonfiction type books, and then it's followed by my biggest pile, which is my historical fiction books. And you can see all of the wonderful books. Some of them I have read, some of them I haven't. Again, let me know down below if you think I should be saving any of these books. If you think they would just be a favorite of mine and I just need to give them a chance, please let me know, because there have been some that are my favorites. I have really enjoyed some of these books, but I had to ask myself, will I reread them? And the thing is, there are very few books I want to reread, and usually they end up being things that are more in series that I'm just really attached to the characters And historical fiction isn't necessarily that, although I did keep some favorite historical fiction, which you will see in this next set of clips when I start going through my favorites shelves. Actually, I'm going to show you both sets of shelves, my favorites and my TBR shelves. And so, but for here, you can see, oh my gosh, there's still more and more historical fiction I am putting on this pile. And I am putting them on Pango, like I already mentioned. And please just check it out. If you are a historical fiction lover, there's some really good ones in here. Honestly, I do know that. I'm just kind of moving away from that, at least at this moment. So, oh my gosh, there's still more. Oh, I think that's it. The last Immortals, which I did enjoy that Immortals book. And now we're getting into some fantasy books that I have on my shelves. I loved some of these books, but others I just was like, they're just okay. Like the Bone Shard Daughter, as well as The Blade Itself and the First Law universe books. They just aren't quite for me. Then to move into all of my thriller books. Some of these I loved, like for instance that Alias Emma. I really enjoyed that book. That was a really fun book, but again, am I going to reread it? Probably not. I think I actually might find the second one here shortly. Okay, now it gets into my bookshelves. This first bookshelf is some of my favorites, you guys. You can see The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, all my Agatha Christie books I really enjoyed. And prior to that, you saw some historical fiction. And then I have a lot of my series and another set of historical fiction like The Nightingale. Oh my gosh, I love The Nightingale. But some of these series, especially these fantasy series, I haven't totally finished, but I wanted to keep my series together. And so you can see some of the ones I have. Also go see my series video if you want more details on that. But here's some of the thrillers I love. I love all my Riley Sager books. I love all of the Alice Hoffman books, and oh my gosh, more historical fiction, and the Inheritance Game trilogy and Legendborn. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're on to my TBR shelves. So these are the books I want to read. I have plans for a number of them, others I don't. So I did keep, you can see, a few historical fiction. Not too many, but the ones I'm really excited about. I have all of the Wheel of Time books. My sister gave them to me. I like how they look on the shelf. And then you can see some more series, and I'm really excited for the James Islington books right there, as well as my big Book of the Month shelf. I'm trying to think if I want to make some videos about this shelf, but I like that they all line up together. I love Book of the Month. And then down here you can see on the far left is actually my TBR for January, and then some mystery series books I'm working on. And then this bottom shelf is actually where I just put all of the books I just recently hauled. A lot of them are first books in a series. And so that's my TBR shelf. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's like hours later. It's so long. But I did get it all set up, and I took some clips showing you kind of tentatively where everything's at. This side being my favorites, or at least this is where I put the series that I really loved the first book, even if I'm still working on the rest of them. So I guess there's technically books on here that I haven't read yet, but I'm okay with that setup. And then over here is more books that I haven't read. And I counted it, you guys. I was just curious. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I had so many books that I still wanted to get to. It's 123, which really isn't that bad in my opinion, because I actually unhauled. You saw all those pictures. I unhauled like 59 books. So I feel so much better. I feel so much better. I feel like this is going to set me up for 2024. This is going to set me up for a different kind of reading year. And you guys, it's going to be good. So thank you for coming along with me and also getting a slight tour of my bookshelves. I never know how interested people are in exactly what's on my shelves. So we'll call this one good. But otherwise, you guys, that's what I have. I hope you all are doing well. If you made it this far, like the video, subscribe if you want to, and you guys, I'll see you in the next book video. All right, take care.